expressed desire to do business in Ethiopia. And advisor says extreme heat waves affecting various parts of the world to continue through August. Hello and thank you for joining us. You're watching Addis News Hour with the news. I'm Tabitha John. Do stay with us. First Lady Zinash Tayacho urged graduates to work aggressively and overcome poverty through the knowledge that they acquired. The Adama Science and Technology University today bestowed an honorary doctorate degree upon First Lady Zinash Tayacho, the historian Tabor Wami, as well as a scholar Zagaye Asfau. Tayacho was awarded the honorary doctorate degree for her outstanding efforts in the fields of education and social development. First Lady Zinash urged graduates to find solutions to poverty still gripping the nation. She said improving education and health infrastructures play a pivotal role in overcoming poverty. State Minister for Foreign Affairs Burtukan Ayano conferred with Vice President of the World Food Programme WFP Karl Skau at his office, WFP headquarters in Italy, Rome. During the occasion, the State Minister commended the WFP's contributions to Ethiopia since its founding and stressed the long-standing positive ties between the two sides. Ambassador Ayano also emphasized that Ethiopia is committed to further strengthening the existing ties between the two sides and urged the WFP to expedite its support to support people affected by conflict and drought in the country. Regarding the recent diversion of food aid, the state minister stressed the significance of continuing the ongoing investigation into the issue while resuming the relief supply for the benefit of the people who still require food aid. Vice President of WFP expressed appreciation for the state minister's intervention and promised to do everything in his power to continue food distribution while continuing to work on the ongoing investigation and improving working modalities. Cognizant of the fruitful and long-standing bilateral ties between Ethiopia and Italy, numerous Italian companies are eyeing vast investment opportunities in the Eastern African nation. The companies underline that Ethiopia is a viable investment destination with a reasonable and inviting climate. This came here today when senior government officials, including Fitsum Asafa, Ethiopia's Planning and Development Commissioner, held discussions with Letizia Pitti, Director General of the Confederistria As Africa and Mediterraneo in Addis Ababa. Habtamu Ashagri presents the report compiled by our staff reporter Mahlet Tadile.
Following a two-day official visit to Ethiopia last April, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has agreed to bolster ties with Ethiopia in various fields. As part of this move, Director General of the Confindustria As Africa and Mediterraneo, Letizia Pitti, arrived in Addis Ababa and held consultative discussion with Ethiopian senior government officials. The Confindustria As Africa and Mediterraneo is the industrial association representing Italian companies operating in Africa and the Middle East. Its business network extends to major industrial groups and small and medium enterprises of several sectors, mainly Italian bankers. Briefing the Director General, Minister of Planning and Development, Fitsum Asafa, said Ethiopia is implementing the homegrown economic reform to stimulate foreign private businesses.
Through the homegrown economic reform 1, we have focused on creating growth-oriented environment. Key structural reforms we have made, for instance, legislative revisions were made, 11 legislations were amended and new ones were introduced. For instance, the commercial code, which has been there for the last 50 years, was changed, was improved. The investment proclamation has also been changed, revised. So it gives huge opportunity for the foreign private sector especially, and as well as the domestic private sector as well.
Assafa briefed the Italian delegation that Ethiopia has embarked on massive political reform beginning April 2018, adding that the East African nation has been registering remarkable achievements by attracting foreign investment. For her part, Director General of the Confindustria East Africa and Mediterranean appreciated Ethiopia's endeavor to attract foreign direct investment, adding the move is strategic to deepen relations. Pizzi underlined that the Italian companies find Ethiopia's efforts to improve business climate exemplary.
We believe that your country, as you were saying, it's strategic, not only for the position, but also for the bilateral relation that we have. And it's amazing all the job that you are doing as a government to implement the business climate for foreign investment. And I think that this path that you have started is so important, and we are willing to work more and more with you and with the embassy and with the Ethiopian institutions and companies to let the Italian entrepreneurs to be more present and invest.
She also underlined that Italian business companies are desirous than ever to do business in Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is a country in which Italian companies are confident, and there is a lot of interest. And our organization, that is the main organization in Italy of business and companies which have a specific interest on investing in Africa and the Middle East, is to give to our company all the support and the opportunity to be more present in your country.
Besides government-to-government engagement, the bilateral relations of Ethiopia and Italy are based on people-to-people relationship.
Welcome to the land of origins. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia is pleased to serve all your traveler banking needs. If you have money from any of these 16 countries, you can convert it to local currency by visiting our nearest branch. Alternatively, our secure Forex ATMs accept cash exchange, or if you prefer using your cards, we've partnered with Visa, MasterCard, and UnionPay so that you can withdraw cash from our local ATMs or make cashless transactions at thousands of local POS partners securely and with confidence. We are linked with more than 700 global banks through our direct SWIFT address, CBE Teta. We also work with 16 international money transfer agents, out of which Tune and World Remit enable you to make direct deposits into our savings and current accounts or our popular CBE Burr mobile wallet. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, the bank you can always rely on.
አንድ ሰው ቆርኪ ገደለ ሰው አንድ ሰው ገደለ እንደገደለ ነው እኛ ማሳባ አዋጅ ተሰጥቶ ይሄ ቆርኪዎች ቁጥር ከ70 በታች የነበረው አሁን ላይ ከ800 በላይ ቆርኪዎች አሉ።
Welcome back. Foreign Minister Dammaqe Mokonnin has received the Chinese delegation led by Director of the Office of the Foreign Affairs Commission of the Communist Party of China Central Committee, Wang Yi, at his office. The discussion held between the Foreign Minister and the Chinese high-level delegation focused on bilateral and multilateral issues of mutual concern. During the discussion, the two sides vowed to cement the existing multifaceted cooperation between Ethiopia and China on bilateral, regional and international areas. Wang Yi said his government is ready to encourage Chinese investors to invest in Ethiopia and participate in the rebuilding and restoration activities across the country. Meanwhile, Foreign Minister Dammaqe Mokonnin, together with Minister of Justice Gideon Timotheos, briefed ambassadors and heads of regional and international organizations based in Addis Ababa this afternoon on current affairs. In his opening remarks, Dammaqe reaffirmed Ethiopia's commitment to the full implementation of the Pretoria Peace Agreement, which he says has been successful and has made significant strides. The briefing mainly focused on the implementation of the Pretoria Peace Agreement in general and transitional justice policy process in particular. Dabbebe Eshatu, the renowned actor, playwright, poet and director, has been through the thick and thin of ETV beginning from its black and white transmission days. Born in 1943, Eshatu is a household name who has a significant place in Ethiopia's art scene. He introduced pantomime art in Ethiopia as early as 1962 and was head of the theater training department at the National Theater. He could be seen as the spokesperson of Ethiopian and African theater. It is in lieu of this contribution in this field that Eshatu received the honorary degree from the Addis Ababa University this week. Shagao Yamata walks us through the life and career of Dabbebe Eshatu. Take a look.
የጦር ኃይሎች የፖሊስ ሰራዊትና የብሔራዊ ጦር ግደርግ ለግርማዊነቱ ደህንነትና ጤንነት በሰፊው የሚያስብ እንደመሆኑ መጠን ለዚህ ለጤንነቱም ሆነ ለደህንነቱ የተዘጋጀ ስፍራ ስላለ ወደዛ እንዲሄዱልን በትህትና እንለምናለን።
Yalacha Gabicha, Romeo and Juliet and Dandeu Chabude are among the Amharic plays Dabbebe Eshatu performed on stage. Eshatu also impressed his audience and fans by taking roles in such English movies as Shaft in Africa, The Sailor from Gibraltar and The African Spy, among others. The artist also worked in the Ethiopian Air Force as well as the Ethiopian Postal Service besides his art scene.
Picture, sir? He's quite tame.
I hope you both be very happy.
Colonel Gonda sent me.
In 1961, Eshatu joined the Addis Ababa University to study theatrical art. He left for Hungary after graduation for more advanced studies. It was after his return from that European nation that he directed and played in various theatre. The celebrated actor made his stage debut in Yalacha Gabicha, or Marriage of Unequals, in 1963. It is worth mentioning that Dabbebe directed and acted also in Yazantoch Kebab, Talfo Bekise, The Merchant of Venice, Ekarmoso, among others. He also worked for Ethiopian radio as an anchor and reporter. He mainly participated in historical events and journalism career. He also played a great role in directing and acting in different English theatres. He appeared in Shaft in Africa, where he plays as a high-ranking Wasa in a slavery ring that John Shaft brought to the motherland with an idea to break the ring. Dabbebe starred also on other films, namely The Great Rebellion, The Sailor from Gibraltar, Gumo, The Grove Digger, and recently Red Leaves. He has shown his talent in several English films.
Become a slave.
We need a trained investigator. He has to let himself be recruited. In Africa.
In recognition to his outstanding contribution to the development of African theatrical arts, he was awarded prizes in Boston, USA in 1999 and similar prize at Atlanta in 2002 and the title prize in theatrical arts in the same year. Addis Ababa University awarded the veteran artist Dabbaba Shetu an honorary doctorate degree for his outstanding contribution on the development of creative arts in Ethiopia.
In business news, the Ministry of Innovation and Technology announced that efforts are underway to ensure that more Ethiopians make the most out of technology transfer. Achievement in transfer of technology, particularly in such areas as electronics, are deemed encouraging. Kazaun Chani brings us up to speed.
The Ministry of Innovation and Technology has been making efforts to adopt and introduce various science and technology experiences to Ethiopia.
The ministry has given due attention to technology transfer and established a department within the ministry tasked with creating and transferring technologies. Because technology is crucial to many industries, including health, agriculture, education, roads and infrastructure, we are doing everything we can to adapt overseas technical innovations to Ethiopia.
Maintenance and electronics professionals told Ethiopia the initiative is bearing fruit, and indeed transfer has made it possible for them to create workable solutions and new innovations.
My company has now launched into the maintenance of 14-inch to 86-inch of satellite TV receivers thanks to transfer. As you can see, we have been fixing numerous things for more than 3 years, including battery maintenance. We have also been fixing mobile chargers, flash equipment, USB cables and many more.
Numerous job seekers have been employed by the industry, it was stated.
Ethiopian Investment Commissioner Lelise Neme discussed with JD Technology, a Chinese company, on how the firm can utilize the investment opportunities in Ethiopia. JD Technology expressed interest to explore Ethiopia's vast investment potential. Their investment and interest in newly opened sectors, including e-commerce, digital financial services, and ICT, serves as a testament to the nation's expanding and thriving investment potential, it was stated on the occasion. The burgeoning investment opportunities are enticing global investors who have set their sights on the Ethiopian markets, the investment commissioner stated.
Welcome to the land of origins. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia is pleased to serve all your traveler banking needs. If you have money from any of these 16 countries, you can convert it to local currency by visiting our nearest branch. Alternatively, our secure Forex ATMs accept cash exchange, or if you prefer using your cards, we've partnered with Visa, MasterCard, and UnionPay so that you can withdraw cash from our local ATMs or make cashless transactions at thousands of local POS partners securely and with confidence. We are linked with more than 700 global banks through our direct SWIFT address, CBE Teta. We also work with 16 international money transfer agents, out of which Tune and World Remit enable you to make direct deposits into our savings and current accounts or our popular CBE Burr mobile wallet. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, the bank you can always rely on.
After Sunday, It's not that bad. And it feels good. I'm gonna try to swim for y'all and show you how to swim. Come on, follow me. That's the anti for the vision, you know what I'm saying? We in Massawa.
Beautiful. I feel so excited right now. We have like the whole island basically to ourselves. Like there's hardly nobody here. It's so clean, like literally. Look how clear this water is.
And finally, in international news, heat waves are expected to persist in a large part of the world through August, an advisor on extreme heat said. The advisor made the forecast following from record temperatures in recent weeks. Once again, Kasahun Channe tells you more.
The World Meteorological Organization WMO said earlier this week it expected temperatures in North America, Asia, North Africa and the Mediterranean to be above 40 Celsius, 104 Fahrenheit. For a prolonged number of days this week, the heat wave intensifies.
This is reserved for the sickest of the sick. I've worked a couple of day shifts the last few days and probably used it 3 or 4 times.
Southern Europe is grappling with a record-breaking heat wave during a peak summer tourist season, prompting authorities to warn of an increased risk of health problems and even death. Extreme weather has also disrupted the lives of millions of Americans, with dangerous heat stretching from southern California to the deep south.
We're in this for quite a while yet, and again, it's that prolonged heat that becomes more serious.
Sweltering heat has also hit the Middle East. Night and said climate change meant heat waves would become more frequent and be spread across the seasons.
Concerning because we've seen in the past that if we have so much heat in the oceans, that will come to the atmosphere. And that we really have to prepare for a lot of crazy weather.
Some countries, including a 27-member European Union, are hoping all nations will agree at UN climate talks later this year to phase out the fossil fuel consumption that causes climate change. Countries with oil and gas resources have opposed the idea.
So this might be really a new start of a new climate we really have to get used to.
You're watching Addis News Hour. Here's a quick reminder of the stories making headlines. Italian companies express desire to do business in Ethiopia. And advisor says extreme heat waves affecting various parts of the world to continue through August. That's all we have for now. I'm Tabitha John. Many thanks for watching. Have a good night and take care.